Hi guys, we joined today by an amazing entrepreneur who started a business around her passion, which is helping people. So, hi Peggy, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for this opportunity.
No problem. Thank you for joining me. Peggy, so just for the people who don't know you, maybe give us a bit about yourself, a bit about your background and that type of thing.
Okay, so my name is Peggy Lebambo. I am originally from Polokwane, but was raised in Gauteng. So I went to Pro Arte High, which was an art school, and I majored in drama. Later on, then deviated from drama and then landed up going to Bible school actually. And it was in my experience in Bible school whereby I really learned a lot about the interaction of people and relationship with people and literally touching lives one person at a time. And I think that's where my passion came from. And then from Bible school, I then went to NW, Northwest University in the Vaal. And that is where my psychology journey actually started. And from there, just built up with experience and also exposure in the field. And I think that has just been one of the most exciting journeys I've ever been on. Yeah.
Awesome. So, listening to what you were saying now and our previous conversation, actually, where you mentioned that a lot of things actually started from you wanting to help people. I believe that that's actually why you started your business called Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle. Maybe if you
Yes.
can run us a bit through what Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle does.
Okay, so like you mentioned, for me it was really from a passion of helping people out. I mean, we really were raised to take care of our bodies, but we hardly take care of our minds. And then unfortunately, when you think of it, life is actually a mental health, a whole mental health scene basically. So when you think right, then you act right. When you feel good, you are able to be the best in your community or wherever you are. So I think it was the journey of that really just gave me in-depth understanding that if I'm at my best, then I'm able to perform best in my environment. So Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle was designed with that whole idea of bringing change in people's lives, really enhancing people's behaviors, really helping them with behavioral patterns, also being able to intervene with health issues. And then also that is how our wellness practice started. So the aim was then to address health on a holistic perspective. So not only looking at the mind, but then we also look at the body, the spiritual element, social element, and then also physiological element, which is your body as well. So this is basically a counseling and supportive service whereby we are able to give counseling services to individuals that do have issues that they would love to be attended to. So we have professionals that attend to it, and that is how Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle actually came about, and also is what it is that serves people in terms of wellness and helping them enhance their behaviors and life patterns.
Awesome. That sounds really good, especially what you said about, when you are your
Yeah.
best, basically up there, you can actually
Yeah.
perform your best, which is so true. I want us to bust a bit of myths around counseling. So Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle, sorry, offers mostly counseling. So if you know, and you see this on TV a lot as well with American shows, but in our communities around colored people and black people, there's this stigma that, speaking to a psychologist or speaking to someone
Yeah.
in a professional capacity
Yes.
is kind of frowned upon. So maybe if you can tell us exactly what the purpose of counseling is and how it can actually help someone.
I mean, with counseling, many people just have very limited understanding when it comes to counseling. They see it
Hmm.
as, ah, I'm going to speak to someone and then what? What happens? But there is so
Yeah.
much healing that comes into you just sharing your experience, you letting out your experience. There is so much acceptance that comes from that when you acknowledge what exactly has been a fault or default in your system, and then also we are able then to help you work through it. So the myth is counseling doesn't really help, or I'm just going to speak to someone and then my situation will still be the same. Over some time, as you put it in your practice, as you put it in your routine, if you actually put counseling or prioritize counseling, it can enhance the quality of your lifestyle and your well-being as well,
Hmm.
because then we will look into basically how you're thinking, where do you come from, what are your background, what are your experiences. We break that all down, and once we get to the element
Mhm.
of what is your experience and what have you been through and how you've been, all of that, then we can actually make a judgment, or we can actually help you see how you are cultivating your lifestyle right now based on certain things that are patterns in your life. So many people start seeing that, okay, fine, I have a habit of smoking, but you don't really know what is the deeper or the inside root of why, or where does that habit come from. Not that it's
Mhm.
wrong, not that it's right, we can't really say, but for health benefits, is it right for you, is it good for you? So if we look at then the patterns that come from it, where it derives from, then you realize that, oh, okay, it's because of this that I've developed this unhealthy pattern or unhealthy habit. So counseling honestly just helps you really dig deep, get into the issues, get into the certain subtle issues that you're not even aware affect you. And then we come with solutions on how to enhance then your well-being with much healthier patterns. So it is important basically, because then people then get to really look into their life, have an introspective. Before you can actually look out, you need to really look in, because what is happening on the
Mhm.
inside is actually affecting your lens of how you see life outside. So for us,
Yeah.
it's very important. So that is one of the things where I think, because of the lack of knowledge about counseling and the lack of knowledge about therapy, people then don't really
Yeah.
understand what are they doing. So one thing I can really say is, when you start a counseling journey, or when you start your therapy journey, really have expectations. Write down the expectations that you're aiming to get out of the therapy sessions, and what are you aiming to change, or what do you want to see come out of it. And there you'll start seeing the effectiveness of counseling, because it's not only then the therapist that does the job, but now we're both collectively working together so that we can help you actually build a better lifestyle. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So, just according to your experience, and since this concept of self-care has become quite popular over the past years, do you
Yeah.
think that more people are now open to having therapy or counseling?
Uh, I I have such mixed emotion with that question. I must say that people have the understanding of counseling and therapy, but people are not ready to do the work. Unfortunately, when it comes
Okay.
to such kind of an environment or such kind of work, it needs you to really be able to be vulnerable with yourself. And I think that is one thing that is
Okay.
hard for people. It's much easier for me to know that, oh, okay, I'm sick, and then I get medication. But then I
Yeah.
have jealousy issues. I have possessive
Mm.
issues, such things. To confront those things really need you to be vulnerable, really need you to accept, really need you to do some shadow work or introspective. So, yes, we are being educated about self care, and we make it seem as if it's just the external things. You put on face mask, put your camera, relax, and just enjoy yourself, but it actually goes way
Mm.
deeper than that. It goes as deep as
Okay.
healing your inner child, for example. So you find that there are childhood issues that affected your adulthood right now. And because right now
Okay.
you are confronted with challenges, the adult cannot cope with the issues that were never dealt with from childhood issues. So then that's where we are starting to see that, people do have an understanding of it, but then at the same time, they are really not aware of the effectiveness of counseling or how it can help them, or even avoiding the work that can be done in counseling. So it's best they don't really commit themselves. So we're really hoping to get people on board with us, on board with counseling, understanding that there is actually benefits to it. And then that will also then help our whole society, basically. Yeah.
So, listening to you mention all of the possible issues that an individual can have, from their past to maybe things in their current situation where it affects them in a certain way and they build up certain habits. What kind of counseling does Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle offer?
So we have different counseling platforms, if I could say. We avail
Okay.
ourselves for family counseling, we avail ourselves for lifestyle coaching, we avail ourselves for trauma counseling, we avail ourselves for maybe parental support, children and educational psychology or educational support as well. We do have what you call this, drug and alcohol counseling as well, teacher support. We have various different supports programs that are available for every single time. So because we are in our practice, we basically cover it all. So family, individual, and yes, and then also employee and staff support systems also for companies that do need that for their companies. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So seeing that we are in this pandemic at the moment, um, the physical contact has actually been, put on hold, or not put on hold, limited, in terms of us actually meeting up and gathering. So I know, I don't know, I haven't actually been to counseling, but what I've seen and heard is that obviously you sit in a room with someone and you have that conversation. So, do you guys only do it? Or do the counseling at least on a one-on-one in a room type of situation?
So fortunately, because of COVID, we are able to now offer counseling in various different ways. So we are able to do it on site, meaning if the person wants us to meet, or if they're able to meet, then that is also possible. Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle also then avails platforms such as Zoom, Teams, or virtual basically platforms for us to do counseling as well. So that is a fortunate thing about COVID. It has helped us explore different platforms on how we can bring counseling to the client.
So, Peggy, what kind of advice would you be able to offer the viewers now to better kind of manage themselves, just on a general scale, not going down to specifics?
Okay, so I would say that if we're talking on advice, there's so many elements and angles to it. So first, I would say cultivate an environment of peace. So in everything that you do, be peaceful with yourself, be peaceful with your well-being, and have a routine. If you have a routine, it makes it even much easier for you. So if it is that you work out, if it is that you take a walk on a daily basis, if it is that you drink your water in a certain way, such a thing. Have a routine and fill yourself with pockets of fulfillment. Pockets of fulfillment, I love to describe them as everything that makes you happy. So opening yourself to serendipity. If you know that this makes me happy, then enjoy it, do it, schedule
Mhm.
that so that you can actually be at your best. And through that, then it cultivates everything in you to be in line with peace. And as you're peaceful, you're able then to pour out into other people or even show up as peaceful to other people. So I think that is the most important thing. Really put yourself first so that you could be the best to others. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm taking that advice definitely. Um, just looking at your business, and seeing that we do want to cover a bit about the business as well. Looking at your journey in business, you starting your business in counseling or in your field, which is psychology. So,
Yeah.
if there are any people watching right now that maybe have qualifications, or they're sitting at home and maybe they do want to do what you do, or they want to get into a practice or anything like that, would you be able to advise them of how to go about doing that?
So I always say that, I mean, I learned this was already like in varsity, that there are many ways to skin a cat. So with your qualifications, there are
Mm-hmm.
many ways to endeavor into what you would love to do. The best thing is always to just research, find ways on how you could expand what you have and how you can also expand the vision that you have. So have a vision for yourself and find ways on how you can actually build up on it. So for us, or for me, if I could say, the vision was always to help people. And for me, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, if I had to wait until a certain stage to only be called a psychologist and only then can I help
Mm-hmm.
people, then it kind of takes back basically the whole concept or the heart of helping and getting involved with people. So for me, it was
Yeah.
through exploring, through exposure, that I was able then to find boards such as the Association of Supportive Counselors and Holistic Practitioners, and that is where I'm signed up under. And through that affiliation, they are able to then give you licensing to still be practicing, but on a much smaller scale, yes. not the same capacity as a psychologist, but you're still then able to avail services of counseling to individuals and what they would need it for. So you are
Okay.
able to use what you have and find platforms on how you can still avail what you want to do. So it's all about the vision. If the vision is to serve, if the vision is to help people, then find ways on how you can do it and get involved soon enough. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So, just lastly, Peggy, where can people find you and Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle if they want to follow you or just see what you're doing or even get in contact to make use of your services?
Okay, so we have different platforms. We have Facebook and Instagram, which is our social media platforms. And there you'll find us as Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle. So if you just search the Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle, you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook. And then also, you can also find me on social platforms as Peggy Lebambo, and then also our website. Our website is just the way it is, Kenosis Wellness Lifestyle, and there you will find our website as well. Through our website, our Facebook and Instagram, you are still able to link or schedule appointments through us. So you're able to schedule appointments through your DMs. But if you want to make it more formal, then do find us on our website as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peggy. It was good catching up with you. It was a good chat. I do hope that we can do this again. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much. This is so awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.